Reeves Immigration Law Group now brings you Immigration Law on Your Side.
Magandang gabi mga kababayan, ito na naman si Kuya Yo sa PHLV Radio. Nandito na po kami sa studio again and mga kababayan, magandang gabi po. Wednesday na naman, ito na naman po ang isang edisyon ng ating Immigration Law on Your Side. Hatid po sa atin ang ating mga kaibigan from Reeves Immigration Law Group. Kumusta po kayong lahat? Kasama na naman po natin si Atty. Diza on the other line via Zoom from the Bay Area. Mga kababayan, it seems like every day marami mga balita tungkol sa DACA. Ito po ang Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals. Matagal na natin pinag-uusapan dito sa PHLV Radio itong mga kababayan. About 800,000 immigrants are anxious as they wait for the Supreme Court's decision para sa DACA mga kababayan on President Trump's attempt to end the protection. Ano ba? Is it gone? Is it back? Ano ba ang future ng DACA? Kasama po natin ngayong gabi na naman sa Immigration Law on Your Side. Hatid sa atin ng Reeves Immigration Law Group si Atty. Flomy Diza para po naman tulungan tayo ma-sort out ang mga rumors from the facts about DACA. Magandang gabi po, Atty. Diza.
Magandang gabi, Johan, at sa viewers and listeners natin. We are gradually returning back to work and lahat ng mga offices ngayon ay bumabalik na sa trabaho at sana po kayo din, mga viewers natin, ay nakabalik na po kayo sa trabaho ninyo.
Yes, attorney, kami dito sa Las Vegas ay dahan-dahan na rin bumabalik. Para po sa ating mga tagapakinig, ang ating po bang Reeves Immigration Law Group, bumalik na po ba kayo sa offices ngayon? Meron
na po kaming protocol para bumalik sa office. Approximately 50 to 60% pa lang ang pumapasok, and we are following yung guidelines po ng CDC at ng local laws natin. Yung mga protocols about social distancing and wearing of masks. As much as possible sa mga client namin, we try to avoid meeting with them in person pa, but there's many kind of medium para po makasalamuha at makausap po ang inyong mga abogado at ng mga supporting staff.
Mm-hmm. Well, attorney, let's get on to the discussion today about the DACA, the Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals. Ma-review na, ilang beses natin na pag-usapan dito sa ating program, attorney, pero ma-review natin ng konti ang ating mga listeners. Ano po ang DACA and why is this important?
Yes, it's because ang pagkakaalam ng karamihan at mga immigration advocates at mga publiko, hinihintay yung US Supreme Court decision tungkol dito, and we are expecting actually that this will be promulgated and decided this month of June. We were hopeful na magkakaroon ng decision, favorable decision ng Lunes, but unfortunately walang decision because probably they're putting that in hold dahil sa pandemic at siyempre sa mga civil unrest na nangyayari. But to give a brief background sa mga kababayan natin, ang DACA is a Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals. At ito ay shortcut ng tinatawag natin mga dreamers, where people who were brought by their parents at a very young age, na wala silang kinalaman, entered the United States before 2007 and before they were 16 years old. Itong DACA na to, as early as 2000, may mga pag-uusap na ng Kongreso how to legalize or bigyan ng permanenteng solusyon sa mga young immigrants. But unfortunately, the House of Representatives and the US Senate and even the President at that time, hindi ho sila magkakasundo kung paano ang gagawin. So walang nangyari until the time ng panahon po ni President Obama, through an executive order, ito na create yung Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals para magkaroon ng deferment or suspension ng pag-deport sa mga young immigrants, as long as they qualify doon sa mga requirements na provide po ng proclamation.
Mm-hmm. So ito po ay isang executive action pala na naging epektibo sa panahon ng dating Presidente Obama. And at this point in time, I'm sure dahil nga napapag-usapan natin ito, ano po ba ang update and what is the current state of DACA right now? Nasaan po tayo ngayon in terms of implementation nitong DACA?
Yes, nagkaroon ng first implementation ng 2012. So marami ang nag-apply, at kasi malaking advantage sa kanila yan, di ba? They are able to get a work authorization and they are, authorized to work anywhere, any company. So walang restriction yan. They can even join the military and go to school, and pursue their education. Marami sa mga DACA recipients ngayon ay mga professionals na, no? Mga lawyers, doctors, accountants and professionals, and they are contributing to our society. From 2012 until President Trump was elected, actually one of his promises nung election is to end DACA. So we were hoping nung naging pangulo siya, no, na nakalimutan or siguro naman pagbibigyan, total marami namang advantages ang mga DACA recipients, maraming natutulong sa atin. But unfortunately, in September of 2012, through another executive order ni Pangulong Trump, he ended DACA. So if you could see the time frame, 5 years nagkaroon po ng applications at around 800,000. But nung si President Trump, tinermina ng 2012. So from 2017. 2017. So 2000, if the DACA was terminated by President Trump, since a lot of immigration advocates went to court at try to stop yung ending ng DACA, nagkaroon ng injunction. So yung mga applicants na nakakuha na ho ng DACA, they are still able to renew. So yung mga pa-expire o nag-expire noong 2017, nire-renew pa nila yan hanggang ngayon. But unfortunately for people who are qualified after 2017, nung ending ni President Trump, hindi na sila pwede mag-apply. So for example, yung mga bata na dumating before 2007 and nung 2017, eligible na sila because they're already 16 years old. Kasi hindi ka pwede mag-file kung masyado ka pa, wala ka sa age requirement. So then yung mga first-time applicants, hindi na po pwede after 2017. So there's a lot of many immigration advocates, immigration attorneys and immigrants went to court and questioned the validity until such time na nakarating sa Supreme Court. That's why last year, Supreme Court announced that they're going to decide yung DACA, kung i-terminate ba nila or they're going to agree with President Trump to end the DACA or continue. So as of now, wala pa rin. So sa mga kababayan natin na nasa DACA status, the advice and recommendation is keep renewing your DACA status.
I hope I heard you right na walang bagong application, attorney?
Walang bagong application. Lahat ng mga nag-a-apply ngayon are renewals.
Okay.
Na nakapag-apply na sila at meron na sila before 2017 when President Trump ended this program.
So now it's at the U.S. Supreme Court. Ano po, attorney, ang maaring mangyari ngayon na nandiyan na po yan sa ating Supreme Court?
Well, yun na, yung may mga dati ng applications or under DACA status. The advice is keep renewing it. Keep working, keep what you're doing, establishing your life in the U.S., and contributing to the economy, or either you go to school, renew it because hindi natin alam kung ano maging decision. The question here is, what if the Supreme Court will decide in favor of President Trump's terminating DACA? So yun yung other questions, that's also a very good discussion natin. Yes, we encourage sa mga kababayan natin kasi valid po yan ng 2 taon eh. So for example, yung DACA po ninyo is valid from January 2020 this year until 2022. So let's say the US Supreme Court says, you can no longer, we're going to end this. So mayroon ka pang validity hanggang 2022. But if you file, kasi naka 6 months na tayo, if you file now para i-renew yan, pwede pa rin kasi wala namang time limit yan eh. So kung let's say, i-file mo na ngayon yan para magkaroon ka ng another fresh 2 years, that's also advisable. So, magsayang ka lang ng filing fee, but it's worth it kasi 7 to 8 months din ang, mabibigay sa'yo. So if you file your DACA today that is about to expire in 2021, okay pa yun kasi you'll have another fresh 2 years if your DACA will be approved.
Oh, so you mean to say, attorney, hindi kailangang hintayin na mag-expire yung DACA. Ngayon pa lang pwede na sila mag-apply for
Correct.
renewal. Okay.
Yes, hindi kagaya ng work permit, for example, di ba sasabihin nila sa'yo, you have to wait for 6 months or 3 months before you renew it. Para ma-maximize mo. But for DACA purposes, kahit naka 1.5 month ka na kung gusto mo mag-renew, that's also advisable. Kasi hindi mo alam kung ano mangyayari. Di ba? Sayang din. Another, couple of months, several months. That's gonna be very helpful sa mga DACA recipients.
I'm sure marami tayong mga kababayan, attorney, na affected dito. Do you have any statistics as to how many Filipinos are probably affected by this, na nakadaka?
I don't have the figures right now, but mostly are Mexicans and Latin Americans. Filipinos usually kasi once their parents have valid status, automatic din nagkakaroon sila ng status, di ba? So pinetition sila ng grandparents or parents nila nag-age out, yun lang nagkakaroon ng problema. And the good thing about the DACA clients, Filipino clients, they have something to look forward. Kumbaga, yun nag-age out lang sila ng pinetition sila ng lolo, di ba? Doon sa parent, and then at that point, they were already aged out. So ang nangyari is when their parent become a green card holder, they petition these children. And although the waiting time is 10 years, marami sa mga kliyente natin na nahintay yon, diba? So dumating na yung petition, under DACA sila, dumating yung petition. So either they are able to adjust in the US or do consular processing after filing for the provisional waiver. So I would say, if I'm going to estimate, there are more than 100,000 out of the 800,000 applicants. Unfortunately pa, sa mga marami tayong naririnig din that and after consulting with us, pumunta sila sa office namin, may mga client who were afraid to file their DACA sa mga anak nila because they were saying, oh, I'm going to expose my children, sa gobyerno. So malalaman nila kung saan nakatira and stuff like that. And I was surprised sa mga kababayan natin who failed to file or to encourage their children to file a DACA because as I was telling sa mga kababayan natin during our shows is that if you're going to weigh yung positive and negative factor, Kuya Yo, is mas maganda pa rin yung positive aspeto ng pagpa-file at pagkakaroon ng work permit at social security and driver's license than being hiding under or TNT or working under the table, yung mga ganyan. So yun ang gagawin ng mga kababayan sa mga sitwasyon ng mga kababayan natin, may mga petitions sila. So but marami pa rin yung mga nakadaka status din na walang family members. They're also waiting for the legal path to the green card or citizenship, or siguro naghihintay din sila ng other options like marriage, another petition from the employer, or they already have children waiting for their children to be 21 years old.
On a side discussion, attorney, it was, I think, last week when we had the Consul General of the Philippine Consulate General in Los Angeles here at PHLV Radio. And he was telling itong mga Pilipino, mga kababayan natin, na kung meron kayong problema, wag po kayo mag-atubiling kumontak sa amin. So itong ating mga kababayan under DACA, where technically they're still Filipinos, di po ba, attorney? So pwede pa rin nila idulog sa ating mga opisyales na sa ating konsulada kung meron silang problema na po.
Yes, that's a very good point, Johan, kasi lalo na sa amin dito sa San Francisco, and I think there are counterparts in sa other consulates. San Francisco Office General, like us, in Integrated Bar of the Philippines, California, we render free legal services sa ating mga kababayan every first Friday of the month. And also, like, if they have issues about their passports, about their travel documents, about their birth certificates, a lot of kababayan natin, they think na ang consulate is an extension of USCIS or immigration ng US. The answer is there's no. I mean, Philippine Consulate General are here to protect its citizen regardless of their status. Itandaan ng mga kababayan natin kasi yung iba natatakot kumuha ng passport dahil nag-expire na daw, TNT na daw. The only thing that I can remember na magiging red flag yan, if kayo po ay fugitive sa ating bansa, di ba? Let's say hinahanap ka ng Pangulong Duterte or ng gobyerno Duterte because of, other, or meron tayong extradition treaty request ng US government para ibalik kayo sa ating bansa to face a criminal prosecution, syempre, yun, that definitely it raises a red flag. Pero kung kayo po ay namumuhay ng tahimik at nagtatrabaho ng maayos at wala namang criminal records at gusto lang ninyong magkaroon ng identity gagaya ng Philippine passport, go ahead and talk to the consulate because they are here to help.
Naitanong ko lang, attorney, dahil at the end of this, itong discussion about DACA, what is the scenario pagka halimbawa ay nawala na nga ito ang mga kababayan natin? Yung bupang may hawak ng DACA ay madedeport, mauuwi, kung papauwiin kung sila ay mawala na ng status?
That's really a big question, Kuya Yo, at sa mga dreamers natin. Ang aking opinion dyan is that kung meron silang prior removal, right, nagkaroon sila ng order ng judge. Because one of the good aspect ng DACA, Kuya Yo, is that even if the judge ordered you remove already, they are still able to apply for DACA. Right? So, yun lang nakakatakot. Kung meron ka ng prior removal order from immigration judge, most likely it will be enforced. Pero kung nag-TNT lang o walang status at terminate yung DACA, I'm not sure and I don't think that the Immigration Custom Enforcement, ito po yung enforcement arm ng USCIS, will go after you or after the dreamers unless, you know, they have, again, as I mentioned, they have prior removal order, they have criminal conviction na bago lang nangyari. Kasi in order for one to be qualified to apply for DACA is we need to remember na wala silang major criminal offense. You know, in fact, 3 misdemeanors would prevent them from applying. So, kung yung mga scenario na yon, if there are fresh or new crimes committed, right, there's a probability that they go after you. With all the 12 million, let's say 10 million undocumented or out of status, plus yung mga DACA who have already contributed, you know, went to school and went to work, goes to work, I don't think it's a high priority. So, yun lang ang may papayo natin. But also a good question, Kuya Yo, is anong gagawin nila ngayon, di ba? So, as early as now, I think that's also, you know, a good discussion, you know, to sit down with an attorney, you know, and discuss kung anong options nila.
Mm-hmm. Well, of course, ang ating society naman is, of course, representation. So, meron tayong kongreso, meron tayong mga congressmen and everything. So, I'm sure napapag-usapan ito sa ating Congress. So, what's going on in that front, attorney? Ano bang mga usap-usap dyan sa kongreso about DACA?
Yes, early as 2000, Kuya Yo, ano, meron ng may mga bills ano, na present at diniscuss, but as of now, it's been 10 years, wala pa rin. I think one of the contributions sana ng mga kagaya ng mga DACA recipients o kanilang family is to urge the Congress, you know, to pass a measure that would legalize yung mga DACA recipients natin, you know, path to citizenship, or not necessarily U.S. citizenship, but path to a green card holder. In fact, one of the tawag nito, yung mga suggestions ano, ng bills na pumasa in the past was bibigyan sila ng parang conditional green card for about 10 years. So okay lang yun kasi as a green card holder, you can work and you can travel. So, you know, sa mga DACA recipients, as we mentioned, talk to an attorney kasi baka may mga options sila, di ba, na i-discuss, and also one of them, of course, is to urge the Congress and see and participate para pumapus at mabigyan ng idea yung mga representative that DACA recipients are here to stay.
And ano pa po bang ibang mga options nila na pwedeng gawin as of right now? You know, as you said, talk to a lawyer already and start planning out. Ano pa po ang pwede nilang mapaghandaan? Yung iba pong may mga trabaho, yung iba pong mga nasa eskwelahan. Ano pa po ang may advice natin sa kanila para sila ay handa sa eventual kung sakali man na mawala ito?
Yes, yung mga pa-expire ang kanilang DACA, huwag nyo pong hintayin na isagad yung inyong extension or filing ng extension as napag-usapan natin kanina. Now, as early as, you know, 1 year, kasi 2 taon naman yan, pwede na po ninyong i-renew. So, yun ang unang advice natin sa mga DACA recipients. Pangalawa, you know, when you talk to an attorney, may possible options po kayong pwedeng i-discuss. You know, kung may family members po kayo, right, na let's say may magulang po kayo dito na US citizen or lawful permanent resident na pwede po kayong i-petition start now because, if they have been here for a very long time at hindi pa nila na ifa-file yan, at least meron kayong something kung sakali man you decide to stay or you decide to go home. Meron kayong hihintayin. And we all know na ang petition sa mga over 21 na mga anak ay mga 10 to 15 years to 20 years, depende sa marital status. But start doing that right away. There's also an option of, aside from the family base, there's also an employment base, right? So let's say your employer is willing to petition for you, but unfortunately it's not something that we look forward ngayon dahil maraming mga US citizens who are unemployed, almost 40 million na. So, but of course, tanungin pa rin ninyo at if there's no willing US citizen to take the position, then that might work, petition from an employer. And there's also a provisional waiver, yung let's say, napag-usapan natin kanina na wala silang asawa o walang anak na US citizen, pero may magulang sila, pero overstay sila, nag-expire yung DACA. There's also that provisional waiver that you're able to explore. Ano ba itong provisional waiver na to? Ito yung nag-overstay po kayo dito sa Amerika, hindi ka pwedeng mag-green card dahil overstay, but in order for you to get that green card, you have to go home. But if you go home, nagkakaroon ng trigger ng 10-year bar. So that's why you have to file that provisional waiver to obtain a pardon or waiver of the 10-year bar para makabalik na maayos. Pwedeng adjustment of status kung merong, sabi natin, kung merong kayong mga immediate family members dito. And also, there are other humanitarian relief na pwedeng i-explore. Kung kayo po ay naging biktima ng crimes, kayo po ay hinold up at hinago ang cellphone and wallet, na nasaktan po kayo, nagkaroon ng robbery, nagkaroon ng domestic violence, stuff like that. If you were a victim of crime, there's also an option for you. If you were trafficked, severely trafficked by someone else to come to the United States and work, that's also an option. So there are many options that we can explore, a probability na pwedeng i-file para magkaroon po kayo ng relief. At Reeves Immigration Law Group, Kuya Yo, at this time, as of this time, wini-waive pa natin yung yung consultation fee. So lahat po ng mga listeners natin and viewers natin ng PHLV Radio, you are free to call us, just schedule an appointment and we will give you a free legal consultation po.
Ayun. So mga kababayan, narinig niyo po galing kay Attorney Diza, meron pa rin po yung napag-usapan natin last episode na free ang consultation. Ito po naman ay para makatulong po sa inyo. Mga kababayan, kayo po ay patuloy na nakikinig sa Reeves Immigration Law Group's Immigration Law on Your Side. Dito po sa PHLV Radio. Kasama ko po ngayon, ako po si Kuya Yo. Kasama ko po ngayon si Attorney Flomy Diza, partner at Reeves Immigration Law Group. And Attorney, baka marami pong nagtanong dito. Siguro after the break, mapag-usapan natin ng ilang mga updates regarding the mga offices ng ating mga immigration wing of the government, the USCIS at kung ano-ano pa. At excited na sila malaman kung sila ay nagbukas na. So we'll be headed to a break. Pagbalik po natin, sasagutin po natin yan kung bukas na po at kung kailan magbubukas ang ating mga immigration offices.
Reeves Immigration Law Group has been representing immigrants for nearly 40 years. Reeves Immigration Law Group has been fighting for its clients through experience and expertise. With immigration lawyers you can access at reasonable fees, even on Saturday. Payment plans are also available. Call us for your immigration solutions. We can do worldwide telephone and Skype consultations. Reeves Immigration Law Group, 1-800-795-8009. Reeves Immigration Law Group has offices in Los Angeles, San Francisco, China, and Philippines. See us at www.rreeves.com. Reeves Immigration Law Group, 1-800-795-8009.
Mga kababayan, welcome back to Immigration Law on Your Side, brought to you by Reeves Immigration Law Group. Napapag-usapan po natin ang DACA ngayong araw na ito. It's a Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals. Bago po tayo, Attorney, tumawid sa ating iba pang mga updates, baka meron po kayong ibang gustong ipahabol tungkol sa DACA.
Hintayin po natin ang US Supreme Court. That's really highly anticipated decision. I don't want to scare mga kababayan natin, but as we discussed, may mga options po kayo regardless of whether the US Supreme Court will decide in favor of President Trump in ending the DACA or continue doing it. Whether it's going to be a positive yan, Kuya Yo, at sa mga viewers natin, ang DACA is a temporary fix, di ba? So it's not going to be, it's not a permanent, and you have to renew it every year. So, and also there are restrictions then to travel and to become a U.S. citizen, to join the military and other important things entitled ng U.S. citizen. So even if it's going to be a positive, meaning the U.S. Supreme Court will decide for DACA recipients, I still recommend and strongly advise sa mga kababayan natin to look for options for them to get a permanent residency in the U.S.
Mhm. Okay. So mga kababayan, kung meron pa po kayong additional na katanungan about DACA, just send it over to us here at PHLV Radio, info@phlvradio.com, and pwede rin po sa ating mga Facebook pages ng PHLV Radio at ng Reeves Immigration Law Group. At nandiyan din po ang Facebook page ni Attorney Flomy Diza para po mabigyan kayo ng updates about DACA. So, Attorney, dahan-dahan ng sumisigla ang Las Vegas at ang iba pang mga lugar at dahan-dahan ng nagbubukas ang iba't ibang mga offices. Ang ating mga casinos dito sa Las Vegas, Attorney, ay bukas na. Medyo hindi lang masaya pa ang lahat ng mga kasama natin sa PHLV kasi sarado pa ang buffet.
Yeah, but I heard, Kuya Yo, yung mga hotels yata dyan, may mga nag-o-offer sa mga $10 or $18 a night daw. So
Correct. And para sa mga frontliners, ilan sa mga hotels dito ay nagbibigay ng libre, one night free stay para sa mga frontliners. So it's getting excited, ang exciting ang mga tao ay excited na. Nakita nila yung estatwa ni Julius Caesar sa Caesar's Palace ay merong mask na gold. Ayan. Ang ating pong mga immigration officers, Attorney, kumusta po? Kailan po sila magbubukas?
Actually, nagbukas na ang USCIS noong June 4. But as most offices do, it's going to be a gradual reopening din. So hindi rin 100% ang kanilang staff reporting to work. In fact, I just attended we call it stakeholder meeting with the USCIS officers and discuss ko ano yung mga policy nila, when it comes to personal contact. Now, if you recall, ang USCIS, they also closed yung in-office appearances sa opisina nila, yung mga interviews, yung mga oath ceremonies, yung mga InfoPass appointments. So, nagkaroon ng suspension yan or ng closure ng USCIS beginning second week of March until June 4. So, parang almost 3 months, But they started gradually reopening it on June 4. So, inuuna nila dyan, Kuya, yung mga may emergency. Right? So, yung mag-set ng InfoPass, but it needs to be an emergency. Kailangang umuwi, kung meron silang advance, meron silang pending application for green card or for citizenship at nawala nila ang kanilang green card, kailangan nila ng temporary green card, they can set an appointment and discuss why it's emergency. Now, yung pangalawa nilang priority dito, yung mga na-interview na for citizenship at naghihintay na lang ng oath ceremony. But for the pandemic and the closure ng USCIS, dapat tapos na sila. So may mga kliyente na po tayo na mga nakakatanggap na punta ka na dito, we'll be conducting the oath ceremony. Yung mga adjustment of status based on marriage, medyo nasa dulo pa yan. So wala pa tayong nakikitang magkakandak ng interview. Yung mga mag-apply ng citizenship, isa ring priority nila yan because election is just around the corner. November na yan. But they also, told us and advise us that, we have to practice social distancing. Pagdating sa mga buildings ng USCIS offices, may mga checklist din sila dyan, At may requirement that yung mga papasok ay dapat yung mga applicants lang. So, hindi pwede magdala ng pets, hindi pwede magdala ng kids, hindi magdala ng... even interpreters, actually, they don't allow already. In fact, USCIS will provide one para sa mga interpreters, or kung meron kayong kilala, pwedeng tumawag sa telepono. When it comes soon sa pag-interview, Kuya Yo, meron na silang plexiglass. So, meron talagang social distancing. So, makikita mo doon na parang nasa counter sila na merong glass separating the officer and the applicant. So, magkakaroon ng ganon at limited din ang mga tao pa. So, hindi kagaya noon na, there are hundreds na labas-pasok sa USCIS, but now they're limiting it to very few people kasi hindi daw lahat ng opisina nila gagamitin. So, what they're going to do is parang i-alternate nila yung mga offices na mag-conduct ng interview kasi after the interview, i-disinfect yung room, yung mga tables, yung mga rooms, and then susunod na interview would be the next room. So, hindi lahat okupado. So, lahat yan in compliance with the CDC guidelines and in observing social distancing. They also require lahat ng mga pumapasok ng USCIS to bring their own mask. Kailangan naka-cover daw yung nose and the mouth. Hindi necessary na mask as long as they call it a face and nose covering. So, pwede siguro yung handkerchief na iganon mo lang siya as long as, ma-cover yung nose and mouth for people 2 years old and older. So, it's a requirement. Otherwise, ito-turn around po kayo. Wala pong, hindi yung hinihintay yung interview, mababaliwala yun kung wala po kayong mask because they said wala raw budget ang USCIS to provide a free mask. And also, they advise sa mga aplikante pumapasok sa USCIS to bring yung kanilang ball pen kasi ayaw nilang palitan or palitan ng gamit ng ball pen. So bring your own pen and bring it home with you. So yun yung mga simple guidelines nila. You can also find those informations although per offices have different guidelines although similar. There's also a advisory sa kanilang website at uscis.gov that they continue to update every time that they have new regulations and policies concerning the in-person appearance sa USCIS.
Wow. So, dahan-dahan na pala talagang bumabalik sa normal pero mga kababayan, siguraduhin pa rin safe tayo. So, Attorney, maraming salamat sa mga updates and surely we will have more information from you pagka kung ano pa yung mga additional in a couple of weeks sigurado aandar pa ito aandar siguro yung mga anting international mga embassy natin. How do they open, Attorney, yung mga embassies? Is it contingent to the yung sa country kung nasaan sila, kung kailan sila pwede magbukas?
Yes, that's correct, Kuya Yo. In fact, ang Manila hindi pa nagbubukas because they're still under quarantine din. But there's already an advisory. Yung mga naka-schedule ng appointment sa embassy, kahit saan yan, hindi lang sa Manila, other US embassies worldwide, if they receive an interview or schedule an interview before the shutdown, lockdown, or shelter in place, at na-reschedule yan because of this pandemic, the advisory was that yung mga aplikante ang mag-schedule. So, merong website dyan sa US Department of State where they can schedule it once once the embassy is open.
Mm-hmm. Okay, mga kababayan, very valuable information na naman ang ating nakuha from ating kaibigan from Reeves Immigration Law Group, Attorney Flomy Javier Diza. Attorney, before we go, this is your chance to say hello to your fans.
All right, maraming salamat Kuya Yo at it's good to see you. I hope that in the very near future makikita natin nandito tayo sa ganitong sitwasyon, di ba? Yung mga beach and it's summertime actually.
Yes.
And, in as much as really we want to be, out and enjoy and have fun, we need to contribute para totally mawala itong pandemic na to. For the last few weeks actually, Kuya Yo, it's at the time of waiting sa ating mga immigration attorneys at sa mga immigrants. We're waiting for the DACA decision. We are also waiting, if you remember, yung suspension ng immigration to the US. If you remember, it's only valid for two months. April 23 to June 23, so malapit na rin yan. may mga haka-haka at balibalita that President Trump extends the suspension sa mga non-immigrants, no? Yung mga student visa, yung mga H-1B visa, but we don't know until it comes out and magiging proclamation. So may mga waiting tayo, waiting for the gradual reopening and stuff like that. But the reality here, mga kababayan, yung mga relief ay mga applications kagaya ng pag-file ng citizenship, kung eligible po kayo, open po ang immigration to accept applications. Open po ang immigration to file immigration benefits. Kung may asawa kayong citizen, may anak kayong US citizen, magulang na US citizen, pwede po sila mag-file ng immigrant visa petition sa inyo. Hindi po yun suspended. So, tuloy po natin yan. Sa mga kagaya naming immigration advocates at immigration attorneys, we continue to process yung applications po ninyo. And, as long as these are still valid applications, hindi naman po naantala ang pagpa-file at yung processing time. Nagkaroon lang ng problema, of course, sa mga interviews, but this should continue. And again, election is just around the corner. Sa mga kababayan natin na mga US citizen din, exercise your right to vote para po mabigyan halaga ang inyong posisyon sa ating community. Marami pong salamat sa patuloy pagtangkilik sa PHLV Radio at lahat ng programa ng PHLV Radio, lalo na ang Immigration Law on Your Side. We continue to update sa mga kababayan natin on the US immigration laws and regulations. Marami pong salamat.
Maraming salamat din po, Attorney Flomy, Javier Diza ng Reeves Immigration Law Group. Always a pleasure having you here at PHLV Radio. Ang ating mga listeners ay talaga namang inaabangan ang inyong program at ang inyong mga advice at ang inyong mga updates hinggil po sa immigration. Again, maraming salamat po at sa lahat po ng staff ng Reeves Immigration Law Group. Meron po silang mga kaibigan offices sa Los Angeles area, San Francisco, Philippines, and China. Ang kanilang 1-800 number, 1-800-795-8009. Kung nasan si Attorney Diza, 415-568-3777 sa San Francisco. Again, www.rreeves.com ang kanilang website. So again, from PHLV Radio, ito pong inyong Kuya Yo, kasama si Attorney Flomy Javier Diza. We will see you next time on another episode of Immigration Law on Your Side, brought to you by Reeves Immigration Law Group.
Reeves Immigration Law Group has just brought you Immigration Law on Your Side, Wednesdays 7 p.m. Pacific on PHLV Radio.